Hey YouTube, how you doing? Well, I'm snowed in here today, so I thought I would make a little video on the new cook set I got from Z-Packs. Okay, it comes in this Cuban stuff sack. This is a 550 milliliter titanium cup. Why do cats always want to get in the video? Whenever I see any videos on YouTube and there's a cat, they're always right there in the camera view. Alright, so this is 550 milliliter titanium pot. So that's only 2 cups. It's very small. Comes with the lid, which just fell off. This cost $49 at Z-Pack. Kind of expensive. This I'm gonna try. I've never tried before these esbit tablets. These fuel tablets. So I got this little wing stove. This was $12.95 on Z-Packs, and it folds up. So it folds up very small. So it looks like that. There's it next to the fuel tablet. So that's gonna go right in there. And these fuel tablets, which Critter's playing with, there was a 12-pack for $6.95 on Z-Packs, but you can buy them any places. I don't know what brand's best because I've never used them before. So supposedly you can blow these out and reuse them, you know, if you don't use all of it. You can also use them to start campfires. Each one of these little cubes is 0.48 ounces. And supposedly they'll burn for 12 minutes. And supposedly they'll bring 2 cups of water to a simmer or light boil in 8 to 12 minutes. So I'm not going to go outside and do this, but I'm going to do it on a cookie sheet in my kitchen. And I'll open the door if I need to for ventilation, but I think I'll be fine. And I'm going to cook up some couscous here. I'm going to put some of this in a freezer bag. I've never cooked in a freezer bag. Supposedly you can add boiling water to these freezer bags and they're fine. So what I'm going to do is put some of this couscous in here, enough just for whatever 2 cups will make, which would be plenty for me to eat in one meal. And I'll probably add some seasonings and stuff. And I just quickly made this reflectix, I guess they call it an envelope cozy. I just quickly made it with some duct tape and some reflectix. I guess I've used duct tape, but a lot of people use reflectix tape. So I don't know, that's probably better. But I just kind of threw this together. So after I put the boiling water in here with the food, I'm going to put it in this cozy and see how long it takes to actually cook. Supposedly you can do that and save on fuel by just putting something in a cozy and letting it sit. So I'm going to try it and I will show you how it works. Well, let me weigh all this together for you and show you what it looks like. So this is the other stuff that I would have in my cook kit. A lighter, folding spork, and just a little bitty piece of sponge. Now I'm not going to measure it with the fuel because I guess that doesn't count, you know, because that's consumable. I also use just a little grocery bag for trash. And I usually just keep that in there. So let me get this on the scale and show you what it weighs. By the way, I found this new app called weenie. You can put in all of your items and how much they weigh, and it gives you a total for your base weight plus your consumables, and your skin out weight, which is everything you're wearing and carrying in addition to your backpack. So this whole kit, everything I would take for cooking, not counting fuel, is 4.50 ounces, which is the absolute lightest I've ever seen of any cook kit. Now granted, this is very small, and you can see it in my hand. But I've always found that, I mean, I don't have a ton of experience, but I've always found that the bigger ones aren't really necessary. You really couldn't cook food in this pot, I don't think, because if you had 2 cups of water in here, there's really not much room for food. So it basically would be for times when you were just using bags of food to cook in, or for making coffee or cocoa or something like that. All right, so I'm going to get this set up and started and get the couscous mixed up with some seasonings and see what happens. So one more thing I forgot to add is if I do bring this envelope cozy. Now I think if I did, I would make it a little smaller and definitely use reflectix tape because it's probably lighter than duct tape. I forgot to add the weight in for this, so let's see. So the weight for this envelope cozy as it is now is 1.8 ounces. Alright, I'm going to let that get started a little bit. 2 cups of water in here. cover on. Alright, well that's close enough. I'm going to put the water on. So this little wing stove here, it's called, it's a little stand. Now I haven't made a windscreen for it yet, so I would have to definitely add that to the weight, but I'm sure it wouldn't be much. And I don't need it in here, so I'm just going to do this without a windscreen. Get the timer started. Alright, I'll come back and check it. So it turns out for 2 cups of water you need the whole box. So I put the whole box of couscous in, and a tablespoon of olive oil. I hope this is still good. It's from last year, in this little thing that I carry around. And I'm going to add some seasonings. Let me check this. Looks like it's getting a little warm. Feels warm. Alright, so I added just some salt and some Mrs. Dash. I don't even know if I'm going to eat this. I don't really want it. This is just a test. So let's see how it does. I think couscous will work good because all you do is put it in the boiling water and let it sit. You take it off the heat. So I think the envelope cozy will be perfect for stuff like this. Now the question is, how would it work on like one of those north sides? Cheddar and broccoli, I do like those. That's something I would bring in the trail. But I don't have any right now, so I'm going to try it with this. Okay, we're on 4 minutes. Well, looks like the tablet is went down about 1/4 of the way, I'd say, 1/3 of the way. Let's see. I think I actually hear something. I don't know, I would usually use a stick or something for this, but wow, it's almost boiling. I think that's pretty good. 4 minutes, 36 seconds, and it's just about to boil. I'm surprised, actually. Give it another minute, see? Let it get to a real full rolling boil. Now the tablet looks like 2/3 down, burned down. We're at 5 minutes. Let's check it out. Well, it's pretty much a simmer of oil. I think I would use that. So I'd say 5.5 minutes. It's at that type of simmering boil, whatever you want to call it. You cover it up and I'll give it a little bit more just to see how long it takes to get to a rolling boil. Okay, well it's 6.5 minutes. I forgot. Let's see, definitely a rolling boil. I think it's been a rolling boil for a few seconds now. So maybe this handle's too hot. Nope. Lift it up. Now I'm going to see if I can blow this out. Well, that was easy. So that's actually kind of cool. I'd say, what, halfway down maybe? So I could use that tablet to boil another 2 cups of water probably. Oops. Alright, let me add this boiling water to this bag and put it in the cozy. I'm kind of nervous. I can't believe this bag won't melt with boiling water in it. But let me seal it up and put it in the cozy. I just threw this one together, so I really should probably need a bigger flap and a way of attaching it. I forget how people attach the flap. But can we reset this for start it again? So it gets to 5 minutes. Supposedly these things burn very clean. There's a little bit of an odor, but nothing that bothers me. But the best part is I don't have to clean the pot. Does that look weird though, huh? It's got like a little cross on top. It does leave a residue on your pan, so I don't know how hard that's going to be to clean, or if it's going to interfere with anything, you know, cooking it again. It's sticky, yeah, black residue. I can't imagine trying to, probably couldn't clean that till I actually got home. So the question is that going to create a problem when I cook with this again or not? Can't imagine. It's just like putting it in a fire or something. Should be able to handle it. You know, and if I was out for several days, just whenever I got to a town, I would have to just kind of scrub it. I'll try scrubbing this later and let you know how it comes off. Well, I actually didn't wait till later. I just went right now and scrubbed it, and it came right off. But I'm sure that's because it was still a little bit warm and not hardened on, and only one layer. Sometime when I actually take this out for a while, I'll see how it comes off and let you know. Okay, well, it's been 5 minutes. It didn't leak, that's good. I probably should have shook this around a little bit when I first put the water in, but I didn't, so I'm going to have to stir it to get the spices mixed around. For me, it's a little too hot to touch, but I have sensitive hands when it comes to heat. It's nice and fluffy though, that's for sure. I think if, what I would do is I would prepare the couscous, in the bag with the spices, everything minus the olive oil at home, and mix it around in the bag before I even leave. So then the spices will be a little bit more spread out. Not bad. Probably what I do too is maybe throw in some dehydrated vegetables. Where do you get dehydrated vegetables? Like a vegetable soup mix that's dehydrated and use that or something maybe? So yeah, probably that would work. Like vegetable soup mix, the dried kind, and mix that in with the couscous. This is going to be very plain. Let me try a bite. Well, I mean, the texture's good. It tastes really well. It's just not very spicy at all. I'm really pleased with how that worked. So it looked like it boiled a lot quicker than I thought it would. Even quicker than the thing said. Of course, these are indoor conditions. No wind or anything, no cold. Just so I'm sure you could probably add another minute or so if you're outside in the wind. But it's good to know that you can cook in these bags without them melting. Everyone always said they could, but now I believe it for myself. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Before we go, I'm gonna light this up again and see how much longer it's gonna burn. Critter, you don't want to get your face in there. You already burned your eyelash whiskers off once when she was younger. Someone lit a lighter and she leaned in towards it and burned these little whiskers that are up here. Burned them off. They were all black and shriveled up and curled up like when you burn hair. They took months to grow back. There's Sparky getting buried again. Thankfully, I don't have to work till tomorrow. Well, it's been 4 more minutes. It's still burning. Just got a little bit left. So I blew this out at 6.5 minutes. Now we're on 8.5 minutes more in addition to the first 6.5. It's just about to burn out, it looks like. Of course, that's such a small amount, it's probably wouldn't continue to boil water at that little bit of flame. So why don't we just stop it there? And then we got 9 minutes. So this burned for 15.5 minutes. But even say 15, enough of a flame to use, probably maybe 14, which isn't so bad. I'm pretty happy with that. So you'd have to figure out, knowing how long these burn and how long it takes to boil water. With a little bit of experience, I have to figure out, so how many tablets do you need to bring? That's the tricky part. You have to figure out how many you need to bring depending on how long the trip is. But they're only 0.48 ounces each tablet, so bring a couple extra and you'll be fine. Well, thanks for watching. Take care.